Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. We're Ron and Jacki of HEISTMAN'S HIT THE ROAD. We've been RVing full-time since June of 2023 and loving every minute of it. In this video, we're camping at Thousand Trails Hershey in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. We'll give you a walking tour of this great campground, explore some local destinations, and tackle a few maintenance and upkeep tasks on our Jayco fifth wheel camper. We're excited to have you along to share in our travel and camping adventures and eager to get the video started. So without further delay, let's hit the road. At Hershey, we're in site C46. Now, C section is when you come through the gate, coming into the park, down the hill and to the left is the C section. They're basically the first campers you see when you come through the gate. And being this far down into C section, we're right next to the trash dumpster. So I'm making this short little walk, get rid of the trash, and eventually today I'm going to take you on a walk around the park. So that task is done. And it's a beautiful day here, very breezy. I think the high is going to be in the 50s, but not too far into the 50s today. It got down into the low 40s last night. Good sleeping weather. Okay, let's take a walk. It's very windy out, so hopefully the muffs on the mics will temper the wind a little bit. It won't bother the sound too much, but let's go. Okay, leaving our site. If you go up to the end of this road, take a left, then take a right, you'll go right out the gate. But back here in C section, a few sites up from where we are, there's a walking path that goes through here. It'll take you over to the rec center, the store, the pool, you know, that kind of thing. So we're going to take that path. This time of year, right in the middle of the geese migration. So they're going south, and they seem to come through here every day. So every night just before dark, you can hear them taking off from the lake over here. It's a pond, really, and head south. So they obviously like flying at night. Okay, these are the tennis/pickleball courts. All right, they have a putt-putt course. There are geese here year-round. Probably not that many, but like I said, some of them might hang out here or get here early and hang out all day. Some will come in a little later and hang out, but at nighttime, the majority of them fly out. Putt-putt golf. Over across is a bathhouse. That's between our section, C section. A section will be to the right, and B section will be to the left. And way up in the back, there's an F section. That hill's all common space. Past the rec center here in the pool is section H, and it runs all the way from down here up the hill. Very nice looking gazebo. This here is the store. They have video games, a game room in there. Like most campgrounds, they sell wood for fires. There's a spa in here. Bathrooms, of course. Upstairs is a big, rec hall. It's that time of year, so the pool's closed. There's the membership services office. Horseshoe pits. Playground. They have paddle boats down there, shaped like swans. And straight ahead of me is that lower section of H. And H goes up on the hill. We'll take a walk up and around the hill. It's a nice area. We've camped up on H twice in the past. As you can see, it's very well landscaped. This is the front of the rec center. Over in this area, there's trailer dolly and trailer parking. It really is a very nice park. I think it is members only. There's a sign that says members only just before you come through the gate. So I assume it's members only based on that sign. Got a bathhouse straight ahead, right in the middle of the H section. And here in the middle of the H section where this bathhouse is, they also have laundry. And we've used it. It worked very nice. It's a nice setup. Over there, over the top of this Class A, that's the B section up there. And up above that's the one road they call the F section. We'll head up the hill. Halfway up the hill here to H section, you can see it's the trees are turning, fall is upon us. It's a beautiful campground. Up here at the top of H section, see they have plenty of cabins. If your thing is just to spend some time in the area, and you remember, you can rent these cabins. Some who have certain Thousand Trail packages, that's part of their package, like 1 or 2 week cabin rentals during the year. This row, top to bottom, up in the upper H section, are pull-through sites, full hookup. I believe this whole section is full hookup. And here near the bottom of the hill in H section, right behind the bathhouse, is for sure a handicapped cabin. Here's the road that divides the upper section of H to the lower section. We have never stayed in the lower section of H. But it seems like a nice area. Still full hookups. So there's the road we took going up into the upper section of H. Directly across, we're heading down into the lower section of H. Towards the pond. Well, it seems when you come down that road, there's no way to get down to the main road without cutting through an unused site. I could be wrong, but I didn't see a way. So we're gonna head down this road. There is a bridge that goes over behind these campers up there in B section. We might take that, we'll see. So here's the pathway to go to this little walking bridge. I'm not so sure there's a trail on the other side that doesn't just put you up behind someone's camper. We'll take a look. God, luck, love, and happiness. How can you go wrong? I'd feel kind of weird, since I'm not staying in this section of campers, walking up through here, so we're going to turn around and walk up the road. Basically the way that cart's going. Okay, this is the lower section of B section. We just came across here, and it's also a very nice area. I think there's very few campsites at this campground that you'd be disappointed in, really. There's a few probably when you're trying to get Starlink, you're under tree coverage. Got some Halloween stuff going on here. We were over in this section the last time we were here. No complaints. When we arrived here the last time, we stayed over in this section. And we got here well after dark. And
our friends from RV Plus 3 were over there near where that Kingsport is, with the flags over the top. And they came over and shined their lights and helped us get into the site in the dark. So, love those guys. Looks like they had a good time. And up there behind the trees is the one road that goes back in there, and that's F section. That entire road is F section. Some more Halloween fun. Down there's the bathhouse for B section. Looks like down beyond the basketball courts here, we've got one coming in. Silverado. Fifth wheel. And a smaller fifth wheel behind that. Well, I said smaller fifth wheel, it's a Wildwood. It's a triple axle Wildwood, it's a toy hauler. And we're under a walnut tree. Better get off from under it before I get bonked in the head. So we have a basketball court here. Pretty nice basketball court, actually. Outside this lower pavilion area. You have a community fire pit with nice log seats. Well, they probably were nice at one time. And obviously another walnut tree. Okay, so this is the A section. There's very few full hookups here. There are a few, but a lot of water, electric only. There's another bathhouse over there. It's like a double loop back here, so I'm not gonna walk back there. You tend to see smaller rigs back in there. People that don't sign up in time for the Hershey show, they'll get one of these short sites. I've seen some pretty big rigs tucked in back here, but they always complain they don't have sewer. All right, another shot of the lake. Probably saw some of that at the last video. Here's that lower pavilion a little closer. And you can see, I don't know how well you can see, but all the geese over on the shore. And they're resting. They probably came in early this morning, and they're gonna leave tonight at dusk or thereabouts. Okay, this is C section. So here we go. And by the way, this is a catch and release only pond. And I have seen some kids fishing. That green trash receptacle back there, that's the one we took the trash to this morning. And up here after these pines, after that red leaf tree, that tree that's all turned, beautiful red, there's a left-hand turn, it goes back to a two-holer dump station. And that's about it. Okay, head on back to our camper. And there's B. It's a nice site. Clear view of the sky for Starlink. It's actually a buddy site, so these two sites face each other. So this site will be entered from this end. The front will be that way, as ours is this way. So the doors are facing each other. All right, and that's due to the fact that they put the utilities over here. Our utilities are on the other side. Well, most of the other sites on this road are pull through here in the center, and they face the same way. But the end site, for whatever reason, it was just the opposite.
So Jackie and I decided to come down into Hershey and visit Devon's again, the seafood and steak house. And we've already ordered. And the real special thing about tonight is we're going to Walmart and Costco after we leave here.
Big night out.
How romantic is that?
So romantic.
That's me, romantic.
Yeah. Do you think if I got this, you could hear me? Hello?
Huh?
Yeah.
$55 stick.
transmitters or sensors from our tire pressure management system, or 2PMS. I want to change the batteries. In order to do that on this one, anyway, this is a TST, I have to use the provided wrenches and grip the back end. You can see these flats on there. So I use the wrench to get on the flats, and then I'll twist the top off counterclockwise. You can see it's moving. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so now take this off, and this is just a cover, and the battery's right in the middle there, sandwiched in there. It's a 2032, so you'll see the way it comes out. There's no stops on this side, but there's stops on this side, so you want to kind of like push it out the other way, just like that. And you can see it's coming out. See it's coming out? Pull that out. Now, the positive side was towards this way, up. You could tell because inside there, on the negative side, there's a little button on the bottom side, and that would go on the negative side of the battery. So here's the sensor. I'm going to put the new battery in the way the old one came out. Just press it down in there. And it's all the way in. Now I'll take the cover, screw it back together. And just to make sure I get it tight and watertight. And once again, I'm going to use the wrench. And I want to tighten it down until it stops. And that's it. Okay, it goes on the valve stem. There's already a nut, a brass nut in the valve stem. Once this goes on, you use those two wrenches to tighten the brass nut up against the back of here. So you finger tighten this onto the valve stem, then use those two wrenches to tighten the brass nut to the back, so it kind of locks it on there and lets it have to come off. So just repeat that and the other three sensors, and if reprogramming is required, follow the instructions in your manual. This is a brand new anode, part of the general RV. What its purpose is in a hot water heater to kind of help prevent corrosion. So this is an Atwood water heater, and it has an aluminum tank, and it came with just a plastic plug here, okay, right here. And when I had, let's see, Clean Take work on this, they cleaned the tank, got the sensors working, this and that. He recommended using an anode, okay. I said, well, it's an aluminum tank, it come with a plastic plug, there's no anode in it. He says, well, I still highly recommend you use an anode. It's been 2 years, so I don't know what the condition of that thing is. I made sure the gas to the water heater was shut off, and I made sure that the electric to the water heater is shut off. Jackie knows there's no hot water right now, and not to try to use it. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that plug, but first I have to shut off the water to the camper. And I've just done that. Now, you always want to relieve the pressure. This is a pressure relief valve, and it's made to, if it overpressures, it's made to automatically release pressure, okay? But I'm going to leave that open. Now all the pressure is relieved, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this. I've already loosened the nut. I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. It's not finger loose yet, but it's a little loose. So I'm using a 7/8 offset wrench. I don't want to put too much. You can see if I go too far, it puts a lot of pressure here. I don't want to do that, so. This is going to be hot coming out, so I have to be careful. It's going to just drain out basically into here and down onto the ground. I don't really want to get burned here, of course. I'm gonna let it do that so I don't have to get burned removing it. I'll let that drain. So I went ahead and ran some cold water in there so I could get this out, and you can see this is the one I just took out. You can see the difference, so it's well past time to go ahead and change this out. That's what we're gonna do as soon as it gets done draining. Now that the water's all drained, I have a rinse wand. I picked it up in General RV. You can get it at Camping World. You can buy them online. They have a valve here. I've got it hooked to the hose. So I'll turn on the water, turn this off for now, and then I'll rinse that all out. Hopefully we'll see a lot of crud come out of there. Once in a while you may have already heard, or you may hear a gunshot. Well, if it's not hunting season for deer, it's close, and they're either hunting or target shooting, I would think, or both. No, it's really not that bad. I don't think I've seen any crud come out yet. Just the stuff that came out when I was draining it. Okay. Because I'm not seeing anything coming out of there, I'm going to call it good. Like I said, that anode rod's been in there for a couple of years. There's those gunshots I was telling you about. Okay, we'll let that drain out and we'll put the new one in. So, you know, let me know in the comments if I should be running an anode in this or not. They're not real expensive, but you know, it's money. Money's money. But my thought in the beginning was, you know, it's an aluminum tank. It's not going to corrode. And it doesn't look like we're getting much stuff out of there at all. So maybe if I get enough comments saying I shouldn't, then next time I change this out, I'll change it out with a plastic plug. I kept it. It's a 6-gallon Atwood water heater, so, and it's both gas and electric, of course, which most of them are. Sounds like target practice to me. If they're getting that many deer, they're going to fill a lot of freezers. I've installed the Teflon tape on the new anode. I'm going to go ahead and insert it. Remember, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we're tightening it in there. I'll finish tightening with a wrench. Not too tight, just snug. Check it for leaks, and then we'll fill it and purge the air out and turn the system back on. So I'm using the hose with hot water. I don't want to get the camera wet, to purge the air out. So I've turned the water back on, the main, and I'm using the hose to get the air out. And you can hear it bubbling. That's the air coming out. Pump in 6 gallons of water, which will push all the air out. Getting close. There it is. A little bit of air sputter, but we'll get it all out. There it is, all the air's out. Okay, we'll button this up. I'll dry it up, button it up. We'll go in and start the heater on electric and let her warm up and check it for leaks, but so far no leaks. So I've wiped it down with a towel, and if you follow us, you'll know that my leaf blower is one of my favorite tools. And I'm gonna go ahead, close this door, and use the leaf blower just to make sure all the electronics are dry. See some water coming out, even after I wiped it down with a towel. Oh yeah. One of my most frequently used tools. I'll just use the towel to clean up what's left in the bottom there. Soak this up, and then I think we're safe to go. All right. This is not a how-to video. This is a video on how I do it. Okay. I just completed flushing the black tank. We have a 50-gallon black tank thereabouts. And I put 3 to 4 gallons back in. And I'm going to go ahead and add the liquefied RV toilet treatment. It's very simple. It says 1 ounce per 40 gallons. So I only use 1 ounce. You measure it off. It's very simple. So to measure 1 ounce, there's a 1 ounce line right about there. You just loosen the cap and you squeeze the bottle. You can see it coming up in there. And right about there is 1 ounce. And then you put that in. I've already put like maybe a half a gallon, maybe 3/4 of a gallon of water in there. I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in the tank. And you flush it down. There you go. Liquefied RV toilet treatment.
If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. And also, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when new material hits our channel. From Rohn and Jacki at HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road, have a great day and thanks for watching.